Good morning 102, Miss S here. Today in math we are going to be learning more about parts. Yesterday we learned about parts and we decided if the parts were equal or not equal. Equal means that the parts are the same size, and not equal means that the parts are different sizes. So for example, if you and your friend have a piece of pizza, did you get the same size pieces of pizza, or did one of you get the bigger piece? If you have a bigger piece, or if your friend has a bigger piece, that means that the parts are not equal. They are different sizes. So today we are going to be learning more about parts of a shape, and we are going to talk about two different parts. We can either have halves or quarters, okay? Half means medio in Espanol, and quarter is cuarto in Espanol. We are going to be talking about halves and quarters of our shapes. So let's get started. This shape is a circle. In a circle, it is one whole shape. This is one part. We can make this shape have more than one part. If we pretend that this is a piece of pizza and we want to share it with someone, we could each eat half. If we have half of a circle, it would look like this. This is half, and this is another half. Two halves make one whole circle. These halves are the same size. If I put them on top of each other, they are the same size. When we cut something in half and we want our parts to be equal, we have to make sure we cut right down the middle to have two equal parts. Okay? We can also make our parts into smaller pieces. If we don't want to eat a whole half of our pizza, we could have a quarter of the pizza. A quarter of the pizza would look like a slice like this. If I cut this circle into quarters, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters. 4 quarters makes one whole circle. You might notice that 2 quarters and 2 quarters is kind of the same as 2 halves. Okay? There are 2 quarters in one of these halves. Okay? Just like we can cut our circle into quarters and into halves, we can also do this to a square, like this. If I have a square shape, I can cut my square into different parts. If I want to cut my square in half, I will have 2 parts. 1, 2. 2 equal parts can make one square. If I want to make these parts smaller, I can cut this into quarters. If I cut our square into quarters, this would be one of the quarters. If I want to make my square again, I would have to put all the quarter pieces back. 1 quarter, 2 quarters, 3 quarters, 4 quarters. This is in 4 quarters. I could share this with 3 friends. I get 1, and 3 of my friends get the other quarters. 2 quarters is the same as a half. 2 of these pieces is the same as 1 of my half pieces. A quarter piece is smaller than a half piece. Okay? There are 2 quarter pieces inside of a half. It is really important that when you are splitting shapes into quarters and halves, that all your pieces are equal to each other. That is our lesson for today, and in your math book you will be answering questions about quarters and halves. Make sure you're also stopping by Zoom today to hang out with your friends, chat a little bit, talk, maybe share a favorite toy, and I will see you guys later.